NBA 2K25's release has been arguably the most controversial in history, as the new shooting mechanics have caused a major divide in the 2K community. Half of the players will tell you that the shooting is fine, while half of the players will tell you that this game needs to be patched ASAP. And my job today is to help you guys not only understand the shooting, but help you guys improve your game and combat against the shooting struggle. So do me a solid and smash the like button and sub to the channel if you guys are new. Now, before I tell you guys how to combat against the shooting, you need to understand what the RNG in the game is in the first place. See, a lot of you guys have been listening to YouTubers that are completely leading you astray. I have seen theories that if you make 2 shots in a row, you can't make a third. I have seen theories that you cannot shoot over 50% in a Playgrounds game. I have seen theories that if you shoot good one game, it is physically impossible to shoot good the next. So let's talk about the RNG that is in the game, which is the fact that the green window slides. So for those of you guys that don't know, on your shots, the green window timing is changing a little bit, but it is not making significant jumps one way or the other. It has already been proven that if you time your jump shot the exact same every single time, you can consistently green the shots. Now, the reason that they're doing this is very clear, and it's going over a lot of people's heads, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. NBA 2K24 had a major problem when it came to Zens and when it came to Titans, and this is their way to combat that, because the Zens and Titans are not going to be able to properly function with the way that they have set this up. Now, I know it is frustrating for a lot of people, but already let me go ahead and start by saying this. We are only a week and a half into 2K25, and people have already started to shoot significantly better. But today, I'm gonna teach you guys how to shoot the lights out. Now, there's a way to reset your algorithms, okay? You are going to reset your algorithms with a few different ways, okay? So look, before I even tell you guys how the algorithms can reset, I want you guys to know off rip that you can green every single shot without doing any of these things. It is physically possible. So please stop listening to these bozos that are leading you astray and convincing you that your user errors are not a thing. These people are telling you that RNG is the reason why you are missing. RNG is why you are losing games. You are not physically capable of timing these things. And guys, I'm sorry, I hate to burst a bubble, but that is just simply not true. While RNG plays a factor, you can green every single shot in this game. So I'm gonna put you guys on my methods, okay? There have been some things that I have been doing to shoot the ball better, okay? Currently for the year, I am shooting 57% from 3. And I would say that since I started understanding the game, because again, keep in mind, first couple of days, you don't have hot zones, you don't really know how the game works, we don't know that there's RNG in the game. Ever since I've started to understand the game, I am shooting closer to around the 63 to 68% mark, and I know you guys can too. So look, let me go ahead and put you guys on game. The first method that I like to do, number one, is you wanna limit the amount of times that you rush a 3, okay? So you guys just saw me right there, right? I caught the ball, I waited till my stamina regained all the way, and then I shot the 3. So part of what this quote unquote RNG factor is this year is your stamina, okay? So a lot of people go, yo, I don't understand when my jump shot slows down and it's so random. It's actually not random. Based on your stamina and how many adrenaline bars you have is going to be the speed of your jump shot. So when you are at a full stamina, 3 adrenaline, full stamina, you are going to get significantly cleaner shots than if you were have to dribbled 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, lost an adrenaline bar, and were to be blinked. So if you guys watch in these gameplays, I like to be cognizant of like, okay, let me not force some things. Let me pass it away or throw a slip or do these things that will be much easier to green. Something else I want you guys to know is the corner has a pure green window, okay? A lot of people aren't gonna know about this. The corner shot is 100% greenable 100% of the time. And if you guys watch me play at all, you will see that I will get to the corner a lot. But I can tell you firsthand that once you hit 5+ dribbles, your algorithm is going to start to tweak. Now, I haven't really told you the method yet on what I do to combat making so many in a row, and I will start getting into that now. But I wanted you guys to understand the stamina and adrenaline aspect before I even got into that, because a lot of people don't understand why they are dribbling the air out of the ball for 23 seconds and then they cannot make shots. If you guys notice, I like to play a lot of my game without the ball in my hand, because as you saw that dude right there, he just did 3, 4, 5 moves, came off the screen, and he's not making it. Meanwhile, I'm catching the ball in the corner, 100% green window, and greening it. Now, something to note, and this is the method that I like to do a lot of the times when I'm playing the game, is look, first of all, off rip, I very rarely want to start the game just firing up a 3. I am not saying that you cannot green a 3 when you do this, but starting a game by firing up a quick 3, especially just catch shoot shot, is a recipe for disaster. you usually want to wait a few seconds before you let it go. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be like, Choc, this is stupid. Like, you shouldn't have to do this to make shots. Look at that right there. Did you guys notice that I paused, let my stamina come back, and then I'm making these shots? All you can do is play the cards that you are dealt. So while you might think that these things are dumb, this is the game that we are currently playing. So let me put you on the algorithm on how to reset stuff, okay? A lot of people know nothing about this, so it's time for me to go ahead and put y'all on game. Go ahead and thank me later. Smash the like button. Let me know in the comment section, because I already know you guys are gonna be coming back like, yo, I started following these tips and it's been crazy. So look, first of all, as I already said, the corner has a pure green window, and you will notice this. Try this for yourself. Dribble the air out of the ball and run and shoot a shot in the corner. I guarantee you will still be able to green it. The corner has one of the purest green windows in the game. But there are other things that you need to do in order to reset. Number one, it's about not just chucking threes up. So a lot of the time, I don't know if you guys will notice, but I will take these fading midi jump shots. I've already talked about in other videos that fadeaway jump shots have the same green window in the middies as a standstill does. So taking a fadeaway shot is going to be easier for you to get off, it's gonna be more open, and it's going to reset your algorithm. Now, you don't necessarily have to reset your algorithm, right? You can make 4, 5, 6 threes in a row, and I've already done this, shown it on stream, yada, yada, yada. But you do have to be a little bit more patient in order to do that. You cannot just catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot, catch, shoot. You are going to miss if you do that because your green window is gonna slide. Not because they won't allow you to green it, but you're gonna time it the exact same way while your window is sliding. So I've already talked about mid-range jump shots and getting to the corner for that 100% pure green window, but another way to completely reset is just to throw the slip or hit somebody else to do something. And honestly, when I say hit somebody else, you can quite literally turn the ball over and get your stuff reset. Now, obviously, I would not recommend you guys to just say, you know what, I've made 3 shots in a row, let me turn the ball over so I can get my window back. But what I am saying is when you get the ball out of your hands, it completely resets. So if I make 3 shots in a row, right, and I go turn the ball over, I'm back at square one. I mean, it's like I'm on a fresh slate. If I make 3 shots in a row and I throw a slip, I'm on a fresh slate. And again, what I am trying to say in this situation, this does not mean that every time you score 3 straight baskets, you need to pass the ball. But what I am saying is if you want to have that steady green window, if you want to have that typical timing, if you want to have the jump shot that you know you don't have to be prepared for earlier or later or anything like that, if you want to have the most steady and consistent timing and shoot 71% like you just saw in that top right corner, these are the ways to do it. Now, as the game has been out and as I've continued to play, I haven't had to do these that much because I'm starting to figure out like, okay, right there, I'm getting straight to the corner, and that's gonna be the exact same timing. Again, getting straight to the corner, it's gonna be the exact same timing. Now, as you guys start to play the game, you're gonna start learning how the green window slides. Now I know when I need to release it a little bit early, as opposed to when I need to release it a little bit later, and it's all about how many shots you make in a row. So what I've learned from my experience is that the more shots that you have made in a row, the more your takeover is up, the quicker you're gonna need to release the jump shot. Whereas if you're not playing as good, your takeover is lower, you're gonna need to hold it a little bit longer. So these are just some things that you should keep in mind as you're playing. Now, again, keep in mind, I don't think that these are as noticeable as everybody else does. In fact, as I've continued to play the game, I have struggled less and less ever since I started being cognizant of my stamina, of my adrenaline, and where I'm at on the court. To keep it very simple for you, bro, the more you dribble, the less likely you're gonna be to make a jump shot. And for those of you guys who will be mad at that and say, yo, that's stupid, it's the same thing in real life. The more you dribble the basketball, the less you are going to make a shot. It is just a fundamental fact, and that is the principle that they are trying to follow in 2K. It's just something to be aware of. Now, a lot of people are like, yo, we need the pure green window back. We need the pure green window back. And the reason that this bothers me is up until this year, half of y'all did not know what a pure green window even was, because NBA 2K24 was the first 2K to even implement a pure green window. You guys have been playing 2K for years and did not realize that this current algorithm that we are playing with has been in the game the entire time. And I think a lot of you guys are really overlooking a lot of important points here because you guys think that this one patch changes one thing, and unfortunately, guys, that's just not the case. When we look at 2K's track record, once they start patching things, they don't stop. And I hate to break it to you guys, but once they patch something, a lot of builds become obsolete, okay? If you guys have made a build, right? Let's say you've made a build like I did. I have a 99 three-pointer, okay? I made this build with the fact in mind that shooting is not easy. And if I wanna be a top tier shooter, I need to be in the 90+ range. Now, if they make shooting completely easy. Let's say they make it so easy. Pure green window, yada, yada, yada. All these buzzwords that you guys like to use. You are going to go back to have to make a new build, because what's going to end up happening is 6'8" are going to dominate the game again. You're going to have 75 3-pointers that shoot like 95s. And then at that point, there's no need to even have a high rating in the game. And for the first time, 2K has actually made attributes matter. How many years have we been able to play 2K and a 70 3-pointer could green like a 90? I remember in 2K20, I had a two-way slashing playmaking demigod, and it shot just like my pure green pie charts, okay? It literally, my playmaking defender was shooting the same as a pure green. That's not how the game is supposed to be. The same way for the first time this year that a 25 layup will miss, okay? Because think about it. How many years have we been able to just say, you know what? You can put 25 layup on, you're gonna make wide open layups. Whereas if with a 25 3-pointer was dropping, you guys would be pissed. If a 25 block was swatting shots, you'd be pissed. So it's like for the first time, they have finally made all of these ratings matter. A 70 cannot shoot 80% from 3. It's like for the first time, they have finally made a game where different attributes all hold weight. Every single year, 2K has had attributes that have been completely obsolete and completely useless. And now they finally set it up to where these things matter, and we're mad because it's not like the old game. And I think it bothers me even more is because like last year, I remember everybody crying that you could hit reds and that contest didn't matter. When you go back to a pure green window, you're going to hit reds. You are going to hit lightlies. The contest is not going to matter. And I think what bothers me even more is when you guys talk about your peak 2K games. I see so many of you like, yo, 2K15, 16, 17 were the best games of all time. Every 2K sucks now. They had this shooting in it. So we have reverted back towards old shooting, and now that you guys are getting a taste of a game that you guys loved, you don't like it anymore. And I think it's just frustrating because it's like, I understand that once we start patching things, the game will go downhill in so many ways. I'm gonna be completely real with you guys. The game is in a good state right now. This has been a good drop. Minus all the BS complaining crybaby stuff that people are doing because they couldn't shoot with no hot zones and no badges, this has been a really good NBA 2K release. And I know a lot of you guys don't remember last year, but last year around this time, people were crying that shooting slump was in the game. A lot of you guys don't even remember shooting slump, where people would miss 2 or 3 shots in a row and they would get shooting slump. You guys have been bricking at the start of 2K every year. None of you load up the first week and are God. I don't know where this narrative has come from, but that is not a thing. But guess what? As time goes on, everybody starts getting good at the game, and that's exactly what I am starting to see in NBA 2K25. The average player that I am playing is now shooting very good. It's just the truth of the matter. The natural progression of the game is that people are going to get better. It should be a challenge. If you are loading up a game and in the first week you are shooting 70, 80, 90%, the game is cooked. It's cooked. Because imagine when you have your hands on the game for over a month and you've learned every good animation and you know the shot timing like the back of your hand, you're never going to miss. We actually, for the first time in a long time, have a challenge when it comes to this game. There are multiple play styles to win. You can really use any build right now and be successful with it. I have seen people running 5'9s. I'm running a 6'3. I've seen people using 6'8s. They're using post scores. There is no meta right now in NBA 2K25, and that is because the design of the game has been phenomenal. And a lot of you guys overlook these points because you listen to these YouTubers that suck at the game and they're telling you things that just simply put are not true. There was literally a narrative that you could not green 3 shots in a row. That's how down bad this player base has become, bro. That you couldn't green 3 shots in a row. That was debunked so fast, but there are still people that are running around with that narrative. And I want you guys to understand that if you guys are losing games and you feel like it's because the RNG, you feel like the RNG is holding you back, I hate to break it to you guys, but you guys are not the only ones that are going to get a patch, guys. Like, you understand that, like, not only your green window goes up, right? Like, the guys that are beating you, they're gonna make more shots too. So while you might make a few more shots, you're losing games and they are going to make way more than you. It's just the natural way that the game goes. I'm just being honest, guys. Like I said, I have been playing 2K for a long time. I have been playing 2K since NBA 2K5. And I just understand that once we patch something, there's no going back, because once you patch and cater to one demographic, you have to patch and cater to all demographics. And the more patches we have, the more money we have to spend, the more time we have to spend making new builds, doing this, doing that. And I'm just gonna be real with y'all guys, sometimes change isn't for the best. The grass is not greener always on the other side. And all I'm asking you guys to do is to consider these things before you blindly push for them. Because once we get a patch and once something actually changes, they're not reverting it, guys. Once we get a gameplay update and they change the green windows and they change the RNG and this, that, and the third, there is no going back. So I just want you guys to factor all that in and be smart and cognizant of what you're posting, because once we go one way, there is no going back. But listen, these methods, I promise you, are going to allow you to combat the current state the shooting is in. And I'm telling you guys, you will have an edge on your opponents solely for the fact that you understand shooting. A lot of people hate this game right now because they simply put just do not understand what they are playing. Their brain cannot comprehend what is going on the back end, and that is why they are struggling. So if you guys watch this video up until this point, you now have an even better grasp. And if you guys want to know even more shooting secrets, I have 2 other videos on the channel that if you guys watch will make you elite shooters. That is 30 minutes of your day that is going to have you guys shooting 10 times better than anybody you play. But listen, I appreciate all the support, guys. Make sure that you guys come by a Twitch stream. Let me know what you guys think about the shooting. And as always, I appreciate the love. It's your boy Choc. Stay tuned for more, and I'm out. Peace.